Hello, hello, hello. Good morning there. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you? How are you, students? How are you today? I think turn like this. Okay, here better. Good afternoon, people. How are you today? As usual, please, if you can hear me, write something in the chat. Okay? So I know that you're there and that we can start. Yep. Anjali, good afternoon. Hi, beautiful. How are you? What about the rest? Gavina, Freud, perfect. Excellent. Hi, good afternoon, people. I hope you are ready. I hope you have your books, extra papers or notebooks, and something to write, right? Remember that today we're going to start Unit 4. Hi, Nayeli. How's everything, beautiful? Okay. I'm checking. So just 4 people, Anjali, Gavina, Freud, Nayeli. Only you 4? No, I don't think so. What about the rest? Hi there. Write something in the chat so I know you are there. Paula, hi. Are those flowers for me? Thank you. Thanks. Okay. So in the past, children used to give like apples, and now you bring flowers. Perfect. Okay, I think we can start. We're ready. Just remember to have your books or virtual book, your extra papers or a notebook if you have one, and something to write, right? Pen, pencil, I don't know, markers, highlighters, everything you need. Okay. Let's see. Just for you to remember, this is Angela Villar or Miss Villar, as you prefer. Pre-intermediate 2. Let's start, people. Ronaldo. And okay, so here we have 2 Nayelis, Nayeli Cabrera and Balcazar. Interesting. So Nayeli C and Nayeli B. Let's continue. Michelle, hi. Okay, I think we can go. We can start. Luis Fernando, Luis Faustino, hi. People, today, guess what? We're going to finish with the, or finally, yes, finally, students. Yeah. And the table of contents for today's lesson is this. Okay. So this is unit 8, right? One more time. Miss Villar, unit 8 or unit 4? Well, in the pre-intermediate one, you had unit 1, 2, and 3, right? 4, sorry. And in this unit, you have, in this level, you have 5, 6, 7, and 8, like the rest of the units, right? Remember that all of these, well, these 2 levels are like your preparation for the intermediate levels. So let's see. Okay, here we have more people. Piero and Noelia. Hi. Okay, so here, for this unit, we have this title. I have decided. I have decided. Okay, so uh, when you decide something, when it's something, I don't know, important or relevant for you, and you say, okay, I have decided that. So in this situation, okay, I checked the pros, the cons, and at the end, I have decided this option. Okay, now in this unit, we have all of these topics, and one more time, we're going to check some of them, and the rest we can check them in the Zoom lesson, at the Zoom lesson. So we're going to check some grammar here, present perfect, right? Present perfect, as in the title, I have decided. The next, of course, we're going to check some activities, some exercise related to that grammar, present continuous. Then is what we have a game. Okay, I have a challenge for you actually. It's like a game slash challenge slash social media, something like that. And then questions and exclamation marks. Okay, yeah, you know what are they? Let's check in what situations you can use them. Okay, and finally the testing my knowledge part. Okay, we're going to check if we understood all the explanation. Okay, so I would like to start this lesson with this question. Have you ever decided something important, like really important? According to the title, right? I have decided. So, have you ever decided something really important? For example, yeah, I have decided, I don't know, what am I going to study at the university? I have decided if that person is the choose one for me to get married. I have decided. Have you ever decided something really important that maybe changed your life in one way, in a way? Have you ever decided something really, really important? Okay, I'm checking the chat. Alexander. Hi, Alexander. So if you can, please write something, a decision that you have decided and that was so relevant. I don't know, your career, uh, your husband, your wife, I don't know, something really, really important. The decision of having children, for example, or I have some options to work. I don't know. I can work here, here, or there. I have to decide. And at the end, I have decided to work here. So um, relevant decisions. Can you please tell me in the chat? Have you ever decided something really, really important? I don't know, a career or live along, maybe an important trip. Tell me. Tell me something that you have decided and it was so important for your life. Remember to write your answers in the chat, okay? Yes, Miss Villar, for example, about, I don't know, about my hairstyle. So I have decided to cut my hair, okay? Like until here. So I have long hair, but I have decided to cut it like at the half, maybe the half of it, maybe to donate it, to donate it. No ideas, people? Write in the chat. So really important decisions. Well, some important decisions those that I have mentioned, right? Your career, maybe something about your look, right? So I don't know. You finished a relationship with someone, then you think, okay, I'm going to do something to change what I'm feeling. So I'm going to change my outfit, my look, my style. It's important for your life, right? But what other things are important? The career, your style. What else? The decision of getting married. That is so important, right? I have decided to marry him. Yeah, or not. I don't know. What other decisions are so important for your life? For example, if you want to live alone, that's a big decision, right? For example, in my case, I live with my parents. Thanks God that I have that opportunity. Um, so maybe in your case, no, Miss Villar, I live alone. I live, I don't know, I live with my friends. I don't know, or with my special friend, you know, or just I live just alone because I feel like I do whatever I want. I'm a responsible person, so I can do it alone by myself. No comments? People. Okay, maybe you're thinking about them, but you don't know how to write them. It's okay. So, that was like the intro part, like the warm up. Then let's continue with the present perfect. Okay, so let's dive in. Present perfect. Okay, we're going to talk about that grammar part. Now, Miss Villar, present perfect. How can I use it? In what situations can I use it? Let me tell you, my dear. You use the present perfect to talk about past experiences. Okay, to talk about past experiences in your life, those you don't know or you say when exactly they happened. You could talk about experiences that are or that were, sorry, so important for you, right? Okay, Gavina says, I have sung in the chart. Well, if that is a really important event in your life, you can use present perfect. Very good, Gavina. So for she, that was a relevant experience, right? So important. And maybe that changed something in her life. Maybe, who knows? So, since that event was so important, she is using present perfect. So that's how you use this tense to talk about experiences. Okay. Well, basically for this, I'm going to teach you some other ways to use it, but basically to talk about experiences. Okay. If you have ever done something now, let's see. Here I have three examples, okay? Just three. The first one. I have worked with the president. Yeah, I have worked with the president. No, that's a joke. Okay, it's just an example. I know it's not real, but it's an example. So if that would be true, I would say I had worked with the president. Of course, that it's a really, really important event in someone's life, right? If you have had that experience, phew, amazing. Now, another experience that is in negative. Okay, now you could talk about experiences that you had or you hadn't, affirmative or negative. It's okay. Let's here I have one example in negative. Okay, so they they haven't been to Cusco. So they haven't the opportunity, the experience to travel there. Unfortunately, because that's so important to know our touristic places. Angeli says, I have decided to learn English because it's very important for my life. Yeah, it is. Actually, that the language is going to give you more opportunities to travel abroad, to meet new people, to have new experiences. Yeah, of course. So starting with English, perfect, but maybe then you can continue with other languages. Who knows? Tatiana says, I have studied English. Yeah, I have studied English, and that's really important, right? So they, in my example, they haven't been to Cusco, right? Maybe no yet. Maybe in some years they will do it. But from the past until now, they haven't, unfortunately, because it's a beautiful touristic place. It's wonderful, amazing. In my case, I have been there 3 times. It was wonderful. So I'm talking about my experience. I have been to Cusco 3 times. Amazing. Yeah, it was. And the third example, she has cried in public. Of course, remember if you are if you are not at home, if you're outside, remember to use your face mask. Just saying. So, she has cried in public. Yeah, maybe who knows, she broke up with his boyfriend, I don't know. Or she receives a bad news, so she has cried in public. Okay? So remember, present perfect, you use it to talk about experiences. Okay? Experiences that you had or not yet. Like worked with the president, haven't been in Cusco, cried in public, I don't know. Que roche, right? Okay. Is this clear? Yes, right? Now, Miss Villar, is this the only way how you can use the present perfect? No, my dear. Let me see. Here. Also, we use the present continuous to express some situations. For example, number one, the number of times you have done something. Okay? Okay. For example, as I told you, right? I have been to Cusco 3 times. So for me, it's so relevant to tell you the times that I've been there. So I have been to Cusco. Oh, really? Yeah. No once, not twice, 3 times. Uh-huh. ¿Qué tal te quedó el ojo? Excellent. So the number of times you have done something. Okay? There you have one example, but as a question. How many times have you tried to call her? Right? So don't give up. Tell me, how many times have you tried to call her? What? Just twice? No, try, continue doing it. Right? Just two, that's not enough. Piero says, I have participated in a fashion show. Really? As a model or as a designer? It was really important in my life because I have learned a lot about fashion because I want to study. Piero, amazing. So you have participated as a model or as a fashion designer? Wow, that's amazing. Tell me, let me tell you. That's an amazing experience, champion. Wow. Like for example in Lima Week, because there is the week, the fashion week here, right? Like in Paris, but here is Lima Week, I think. Okay. Okay, let's go back here. Number one, the number of times, right? How many? Once, twice, three times? Not. That is not enough. Continue trying it. Okay? Another situation. So you use the present perfect also to express situations that started in the past and are still true. Okay? So they started in the past and until now, until the present, they are true. For example, I have known James for like about 4 or 5 years, right? So it's a fact, it's true that I have known him for 4 or 5 years. I cannot change it, right? It's a fact. It's it's still true until now. Maybe next year I'm going to say something like, okay, so now 20 2020 2021, right? I have known him for 6 years, so in the future, right? Because that is true. That is a fact. Now, ding, ding, ding. Another situation is to express recently completed actions, which are important now. Okay, so I have, for example, you know what? I have some bad news. Really? What happened? I have lost my job, right? Well, that is a bad news. Yeah, and actually, that is a news that a lot of Peruvian had, right? Unfortunately, some of the people here in Peru have lost their job. It's a bad news, I know, but it's a reality, unfortunately. Okay, let's go back here. So recently completed actions, right? Like this one. You know what? I have bad news. I have lost my job. Unfortunately, you know the situation, all of what was happening here. So I have lost my job. But hey, don't worry. Don't give up. Let's continue trying. It's okay. Piero answered as part of the staff. As part of the staff. Okay, know how? Because how, remember, that is for questions. As part of the staff. In Huancayo. Okay, so, like, okay, no Lima week, because that is in Lima, of course. Like Huancayo week. But it's okay, nice. If that is part of your dream, go ahead. Continue doing that. You are amazing, Piero. Perfect. The last situation when you use the present perfect for unfinished actions, right? Unfinished actions or situations. So, yeah, you could say it, you could use it in one hand for recently completed actions, but they are important because they have a connection with the present, or for unfinished actions or situations. For example, I have read half of the book. It means that I have test, But until now, I have read the half. Okay, so not all, I have read the half. So, just to remember, you can use the present perfect to express for situations, number one, the number of times that you have done something, right? Once, twice, 3 times, 5 times, 100 times, I don't know, okay? The number of times. That is number one. Number two, situations that started in the past and are still true. It's a fact. You cannot change it, right? So that have happened, it's a fact. Fact, okay? And number three, recently completed actions. Okay, they are completed, but they have a connection with the present, okay? There is like a bridge, okay? There is like a bridge between that action that happened in the past and the present. There is a connection, okay? So yeah, in the past, I had lost my job, but in the present, uh, well, I'm feeling the effects of it, right? So I have bad news. Yeah, in the I don't know, yesterday or in the morning, I lost my job. So now I have to tell you that the bad news, right? The bad news. And the other situation for unfinished actions or situations. Okay, they are not finished yet. So I have read half of the book. Yes, it has like 200 pages, and I have read just 100 of them. I have to continue with the other 100. Perfect. And people, questions over there? Questions. I would like to read if you have any question. No questions, people? I was thinking about Piero because I mean I'm not a fashionist, but I like fashion, so that's why I'm carry about my outfit. Do I look okay, Piero? Tell me, am I okay? What about my style? I don't know. I'm waiting for your comments, okay, Piero? Maybe I can improve something. Just tell me, okay? I can do it. Let's continue. Now, also, it's important to know, well, the structure, right? The structure of this tense. So, make the present perfect with have or has plus the past participle. Okay, so here people remember that the present perfect is constructed by subject pronoun, just the subject or the pronoun, have or has, past participle, the verb in past participle, and the complement, okay? Affirmative or negative, in affirmative sentences or negative sentences. Here, it's important for you to know two things. Number one, people, remember to use have or has according to the subject. So let me introduce the have team. Do you know the have team? Do you know the members of the have team? Look, this is have. Why are they the have team? Because the members are I, you, we, they. The have team. Because you conjugate them with have. Ta-da! Okay, so they are the have team. I, you, we, they. The have team. And on the other hand, we have the has team. Has team. Who are the members of the has team? He, she, it. He, she, it. Okay? So one last time. The have team. I, you, we, they. And the has team, he, she, it. Okay? Just that. Of course, for negative or affirmative. Just remember that for negative, you use have. For affirmative, you use have. If have not or haven't, the contraction, right? And you can also use has for affirmative or hasn't for negative, okay? Have, haven't, has, hasn't. Perfect. Piero, thanks a lot. Yeah, we're starting like winter, but it's a little warm here in Lima, so that's why I decided to wear this outfit today. Thanks. Thanks, Piero. Let me check one more thing. Yeah, one more thing. You can also use the contraction, right? I have or I've, I've, or you have, you've, we have, we've, they have, they've, okay? So you don't pronounce I have, like all the two words I have, just I've, okay? Remember that those kind of contractions, you use them for spoken English when you are speaking, right? Yes, I've written, I've worked, I've run, I know, I have. I have, I've, I've, okay? Perfect. And the same with he has, his, she has, she's, it has, its. Miss Villar, one question. So if I have one sentence and it says, she's a pretty woman. That is she has? No, right? It depends on the rest of the sentence, because if you have she's a pretty woman, that is simple present. She is a pretty woman, right? She is. But if you have she's reading a book, she's written, so she has written a book. Okay, so you are going to identify the structure, simple present or present perfect, according to the complement. Be careful in that part. Now here, talking about the complement, we have the past participle. What is that, Miss Villar? Past participle? I know the present perfect, I'm sorry, the simple present and the simple past. Past participle? Yeah, my dear, let me tell you. So, do you remember that when you learn the verbs, you have three columns, right? You have the verb in simple present, in simple past, and in past participle. We are going to use that third column. I have one example here. The verb, then in simple past, and in past participle. My dear students, you're going to use this, the third column, okay? The third column, past participle. Actually, in your books, you have a long list of those verbs, okay? In the majority of the cases, irregular verbs. So, past participle. One more time. We have seen subject, that is easy, right? Have or has, according to the subject. Remember, have team and has team. And then the past participle, okay, the third column of those long list of verbs. In this case, we have four For verbs, written, climbed, studied, worked. Actually, that is worked with ed. And in the box below, the blue box, you have talk, talked, talked. Ah, Miss Villar, so it's similar. Simple past and past participle is the same. Well, in some cases, when you have regular verbs, yes, they are the same, right? For regular verbs, the simple past is the same that in past participle. They're the same. But be careful because you have also the irregular verbs, okay? And with the irregular verbs, well, there is not a rule, you have to learn them, okay? So you have to check them, okay, this is the correct spelling, the correct pronunciation. Let's study, okay? You have, for example, eat, ate, and eaten, okay? Eat in present or the base form, simple past, ate, and past participle, eaten, okay? And to finish our beautiful sentence, you have the complement, right? A book, a volcano, for example. Let's create one sentence here. Let's start with you. You have or has? Ah, no, you is part of the have team. Okay, so you have written a book. Yep, you have written a book. Perfect. Let's continue with she. She have or she has? Yeah, she is part of the has team. So I have to use has. She has climbed, right? She has climbed, past participle, a volcano. Whoa, that is so dangerous. She has climbed a volcano. Wow. Now, what about negative? Okay, let's see with they. They, okay? They haven't or hasn't. They is part of the have team. So, haven't, have not, right? They have not or haven't studied many languages. Yeah, so they only speak one language. Not like you are learning a new language. Very good. So they haven't studied many languages. Or with he. He. He in negative, he haven't or hasn't. Hasn't. He hasn't worked with ed. Okay, here should be ed, worked, because that is a regular verb. He hasn't worked in many countries, in different countries. So he has just worked here in Peru, just that. But no, she has worked in, I don't know, in Germany, in the USA, in Australia, in different countries. Okay, perfect. People, until here, questions? Please write something if you have questions or if you have examples. But at the end, I'm going to ask you for some examples. Is this part clear? Clear? Questions? Miss Villar, one more example, please. Tell me. Or Miss Villar, can you explain one more time this part, please? Just remember, subject, have or has, past participle, and the beautiful complement. And also remember that about the past participle, you have the regular verbs and the irregular verbs. No questions or comments? Maybe suggestions? Everything is clear. Clear as the water. Okay, I think you don't have questions. Then let's continue. Checking the chat, checking the chat. Yes, Piero, there is a delay. Yeah, like 20 seconds of delay. For example, I'm saying this right now, and like 20 seconds later, you're going to listen to it. Yeah, I know. But it's the internet, you know that. Okay, good question, Tatiana. Um, okay, so if you have regular verbs, they are the same in simple past and in past participle. They are the same, okay, for regular verbs. But for irregular verbs, they are different. Okay, they are completely different. Actually, you have them in your book, right? When I was learning English, a long time ago, I printed my verbs. Okay, so I have here a list of verbs. Actually, it's like 2 pages. Okay, it's and all of the verbs are not here. Okay, they are the majority of them. So here I have, for example, the verbs in present, in past, and in past participle. And here I have some space. For example, if I want to write something, an example, my own example using those verbs. So maybe if this is helpful for you, you can do that, right? You can print the list of verbs. In Google, you can find a long list of verbs, and you can practice with them, okay? But just practice like work with 2 per day, not work with 10, because you are not going to remember them, okay? So work with 2 correctly. You study 2 per day, excellent, every day, right? And in less than 1 year, you're going to learn lots of tons of verbs. So yeah, Tati, for regular verbs, only for regular verbs, they are the same in simple past and in past participle. Only for regular verbs. Let's continue here, people. Now, Miss Villar, and what about interrogative form? What about questions? Let me tell you. Similar to simple present, past continuous, present continuous, the same. You just switch the places, right? So, I have learned. Have you learned? She has traveled. Has she traveled? Just that, right? So you start with the auxiliary, then the subject pronoun or the subject, and then the verb, right? The verb in past participle. Don't forget about that. And then the complement. And so important, the question mark. A question mark. You're welcome, Tati. Good question. That was a good question. This is the interrogative form. Now, Miss Villar, one question. I can see here in parentheses the word ever. Is that important? Yeah, well, ever means in your life. Have you ever studied English here at Word English? Have you ever? Have you, in one point in your life, studied in Word English? So, in your life, it means, right? ¿Alguna vez en tu vida? Something like that. Have you ever? ¿Alguna vez en tu vida? ¿Has hecho esto? That is the correct meaning of that. I Piero, your lovely comment. Excellent, Piero. That's a good technique. Actually, I don't recommend you to practice like 10 or 20 verbs per day. That's not useful. If you want to learn some verbs, study at, I mean, 5, and that's enough. Okay? More than that, it's not necessary because you are not going to learn them. You're not going to internalize them. Okay? Maybe you can start with 2 per day, 3 per day. If you are practicing with 5 per day, excellent. And you are doing it, excellent. Very good. Yes, well, the gringos with their lovely structures, grammar structures. Well, it's part of their culture, actually. We can learn something about them, right? Okay, so in your life, ever. Okay? And in negative, if you want to say, the sentence is affirmative, but the meaning is negative. Huh? Let me tell you. In the negative, you can use never. Never. For example, I've never played golf. So let me check. The grammar is for affirmative sentence. For example, I have never played golf. The structure is about an affirmative sentence. Yes, I have, affirmative. But be careful because the word never means in negative, right? Never. At any time in my life. So I have never played golf. It means it's an affirmative sentence, but it has a negative meaning. Okay? So have you ever played golf? No, I have never played golf. Or have you ever played golf? Yeah, I have played it for 10 years. Or yeah, I have played once. That was a nice experience. I have played once. Okay. Here, remember that when you are using a present perfect for questions, you have to answer. You have these short answers, right? Like in the rest of the tenses. Have you ever studied in word English? Yes, I have, right? And according to the subject, you could say, yes, I have, yes, you have, yes, we have, yes, they have, right? Remember the have team? I, you, we, they. Have team. Or has. He, she, it. The has team. Also, you can answer with no, right? So no, I haven't. We, you, they haven't. Or he, she, it hasn't. Hasn't. Okay? Paul says more examples. Yeah, actually I have 2 examples. Look. Ta-da! Okay. So let's read the first message. It says, I like to listen. Okay, yes, I like to listen. I have learned. Ah, I have learned a great deal from listening carefully. Most people never listen. So, I have learned. Yo he aprendido, right? I have learned. I have learned a great deal. Right? He aprendido un asunto pero súper importante. I have learned. Okay? In the other example, I never planned it. What tense is that, people? I have some. I need your help. Write your answer, okay? The sentence, all the sentence is, I never planned it, but you are the best thing that has ever happened to me. Woo! So first, I never planned it. That sentence, I never planned it, is that in 3 options. Present, simple present, simple past, or present perfect. I never planned it. I never planned it. Simple present, simple past, or present perfect. Ting, tun, ting, tun, ting, tun. Give me your answers in the chat, okay? I never planned it. So 3 options: simple present, simple past, or present perfect. What do you think? I never planned it. I never planned it. Piero says present perfect, miss. What about the rest? 3 options: present, simple present, simple past, or present perfect. What do you think? I never planned it. Noelle says Miss Villar, simple past, I think. So we have Piero, present perfect. Noelia, what happened? Why did you erase your answer? Nine. Nayeli, present perfect. Chris, present perfect. Okay. So just that phrase, I never planned it. Not the rest. I never planned it. Alexander says present perfect. Are you sure, people? Okay, let me check. So all of your answers say present perfect. People, actually that is simple past. What, Miss Villar, simple past? No, never. It's in present perfect. Let me tell you. I never planned it. Do you have the auxiliary have? No, right? Very good, Rita. Noelia, actually your answer was correct. That's why I asked, why did you erase it? So, yeah, oh my God, says Piero. Yeah, because you don't have the auxiliary. I have never. That is present perfect. But it says, I never. No auxiliary. Chan, chan, chan. So, I never planned it. Simple past. Simple past. Okay? Let's go with the rest. But you are the best thing that was ever happened, that has ever happened to me. That part. The best thing that has ever happened to me. One more time. I never see that. That part. The best thing that has ever happened to me. What is that? Is that sentence in simple present, simple past, or present perfect? The best thing that has ever happened to me. Simple present, simple past, or present perfect? What do you think, people? Pero no te las venías a venir. No te la veías venir. Okay. So, that last sentence. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. That has ever happened to me. What do you think? Is that in simple present, simple past, or present perfect? Chun 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 chun. Very good. Elisa says yes. Ahora sí, present perfect. Present perfect, present perfect. Piero says, I think present perfect. Let me tell you that your answers, people, are correct. Yeah. Very good, Rita, Elisa, Piero, Tati. Yeah. Why? Because here you have the auxiliary, has, right? You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. Yeah, this time it's present perfect. So, it's important to recognize the present perfect because you have the auxiliary, have or has. Yes, you can use never or ever, of course. When you want to, when you want to emphasize, to give more power to that sentence. Because you could say, for example, you are the best thing that has happened to me. And that is okay. That has happened to me. Eres lo mejor que me ha pasado. That has happened to me. But if you want to emphasize, you want to give more power to that phrase, to that sentence, you could say, you are the best thing that has ever, listen, that has ever happened to me. Okay? So in that case, you are emphasizing in that you're giving more power to that sentence. Okay? Eres lo mejor que me ha pasado en la vida. ¿Ok? Así de intenso. Nunca tóxico. Intenso. So that has ever happened to me. Perfect. One thing, remember people, you can use ever, okay? You can use never in this case, right? Have you ever played golf? No, I have never played golf. But remember, if you use the auxiliary in negative, you don't use never. For example, have you ever golfed? No, I haven't never played golf. No, that is incorrect. I haven't never. No, right? Haven't never doesn't exist. So you could say, I have never played golf. I haven't never. That is incorrect. Okay? You can also say, for example, I haven't ever. That could be another option. But haven't never, that is incorrect. Okay? Be careful, people, there. Okay, let's continue. Questions over there, people? No, right? Not really. Maria, Christian. Hi, Christian. Because you are not Maria del Cielo, you're Christian. I remember that. Okay, let's continue. And so remember, haven't, never. It's incorrect. Have never. Ding, 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 ding. Let's see, people. My goodness, it's 6. As I told you, the past participles for the regular verbs are the same as the past simple. The regular verbs, okay, Tati? Only regular verbs. Because the irregular, that is another thing. Not necessary, Piero. It's because if you say haven't, never, es como si fuera redundante, okay? Well, if you say I haven't always, tampoco está bien dicho, ¿no? So, entonces I haven't never es redundante. Yo nunca no he. Algo así. Yo nunca no he. redundante. Yo nunca he hecho esto. I haven't or I have never. Yo nunca he. Simplemente eso. Pero si tú dices I haven't never, yo nunca he jamás, algo así. Es negativo, los dos son negativos y no pueden estar los dos en negativos porque es redundante. ¿Ok? Tell me your question, Christian. Here I'm going to continue with this part. Now, in the other point, it says, many common verbs have an irregular past form. Yeah, that is true. Some of the verbs are irregular, right? So, go to the list in the last pages to see them. Again, in your book, in your beautiful book, you have a list of verbs and you can find the irregular verbs there. Okay? Now, one important thing. Go has two past participles. Okay? So you can use two options to talk about go. Okay? Been or gone. Or gone. Actually, before that explanation, been is the past participle of the verb to be. Okay? So I have, if you say I have been, you are talking about go. But I have been, it's the past participle of the verb to be. Now, talking about this, go has two past participles, been or gone. And they are similar, okay? They are similar, but they have a different meaning. What is this? This is the castle of Disney, right? Disney's castle. So, when do I use gone, for example? Okay, if I say Marvin has gone or Marvin's gone, Marvin has gone to Disneyland. If you say that, it means like he went there and he's there now. For example, I'm talking to my friend, hey, where is Marvin? He's not here, right? Where is Marvin? And my friend answers, well, he's gone to Disneyland. Ah, so he's not here, right? He's not here in Peru, for example. He's not here, he's there. Right now, he's there. He has gone, okay? But what about been? For example, where is Marvin? Oh, he's there. And my friend could say, yeah, he has been to Disneyland. He has been to Disneyland. So he's in front of me. He's here. Okay. What is the meaning of this sentence? He went there in a certain time ago and he came back. So he went there, but now he is here. That is the difference. He has gone. He's not here at the moment. But if you say he has been, it means like in the past, he went there, but now he's here. Okay? Is this clear, people? Go and gone and been. Questions over here, people? Questions? No questions? Okay, I think we can continue with this part. Let's see with this example. So now, using all of that explanation that I have given to you, now it's time to complete this exercise. Using the correct word, let's complete them, okay? Okay, I have here one question. How? Well, yeah, it's everyone has, right? Everyone has a. Everyone is singular. Okay, so in Spanish, what part, Piero? What part do you need me to explain one more time in Spanish? What part? You have to tell me, Miss Villar, this. Can you explain it one more time? Or I didn't understand it. Can you explain this? You have to tell me what part, okay? Because all, I don't think so. Let's see. Number one. Well, the first line. I never been to Disneyland. I never been to Disneyland. Certain at a specific moment. Specific moment. Yeah, I have, right? I have never. I've never, right? Remember, you could say, actually, it's more natural when you say I've never. But that is for spoken English, okay? I've never. Excellent. Um, I have never been to Disneyland. And yeah, that's, for example, that's my example. I've never been to Disneyland. I'm going to cry. Number two, or the second sentence. No, you have, like, no, you have, chun chun, heard the wolf cry sang by Pocahontas. What do you think for the second sentence? We are in, no, you have heard the wolf cry. Number two, in the second sentence. Okay, haven't. You haven't, people? You haven't? Yeah, I think you have never, okay? Uh, Good question, Piero. Miss Villar, what about ever? Is that possible? Actually, no, because you are starting with a negative word, right? Like no. Actually, you can use a comma there. No, comma, you have never heard, okay? You could use a comma and then never. Okay? Because if you say haven't, then it's no, you haven't. Nope. So you have never, right? You have never heard the wolf cry sang by Pocahontas. Very good, people here. The third one, you, been on the plane, but uh, but when you are very young. No, you been on the plane, but when you were very young. So, in my case, you been on a plane, but when you were very young. What do you think for the third one? The third one. Hmm? You Remember, have team or has team? What do you think? Have team or has team? Perfect. Have, right? Have. You have been on a plane. I mean, you had that experience, but when you were very young, so maybe you don't remember it. Perfect. Excellent. Very good for your answers here. Excellent. The fourth one. The fourth one. He has knocking on the door for 10 minutes. Wow. Very good, Christian. Miss Villar, actually, the fourth one, it's been, but because it's present perfect continuous, yeah, it is knocking, right? He has been knocking on the door. There is a sentence in present perfect continuous. Well, it's similar, not equal, okay? Being, perfect, being. He has been knocking on the door for 10 years. 10 years, 10 minutes. Can you imagine 10 years this way? Okay. And the last one. She, stolen my bicycle. Call the police. So she, stolen my bicycle. Call the police. Hello? 911. Very good. Christian has, right? She has. She has stolen my bicycle. Call the police. Perfect. She has. Excellent, people. So, um, has. Excellent. Very, very good, people. You are amazing. You are amazing. Um, what else? What else? Okay. So now I need um your examples for this part. Look, it says, write a sentence in the present perfect tense using the prompts below. If these do not apply to you, use the negative form. Okay? So 911. Someone stolen my bike. Can you please come here and help me and arrest that person? Thank you, Alvaro. You made me the night. Okay, number one, this is the situation. A time when you won a prize. Time when you won a prize. What do you think? I'm going to start, okay? And then you give me your answers here in the chat. So, for example, I have never won a big prize. I have just won a prom party, okay? Because, well, my classmates and I participate in a competition and we have won a prom party. Our prom party was for free. We just spent some money in the trip, right? In the prom trip. Tati says, I have never won a prize. Oh, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Okay. What about the rest? What about the Neither do I. I have never won a big prize, but that was a pretty prize that I've won. What about the rest? Have you ever won a prize? Have you ever won a prize, people? Tell me. Have you ever won a prize? Tati says, Nidia, I have never won a prize in all my life. What about the rest? So, por dos by Tati. Ok, me mataste, Piero. But write your sentence, man. Ni siquiera copy and paste. Okay, number 2, people. Okay, let's talk about a time when you were on a boat. Have you ever been on a boat? Have you ever been on a boat? My example is I have been on a boat when I was going to an island in Panama. That was amazing. I have been on a boat. Now, this is my experience. What about you? Have you ever been on a boat? Have you ever been on a boat? I have never been on a boat, says Christian. Chanfle. What about the rest? Have you ever been on a boat? Tati, neither do I. I have never been on a boat. Okay, I have never been. Tati, I have never been. Remember to use the verb in past participle. Okay, I have never been on a boat. Very good, Piero. Prize, premio, prize. Alvaro says, I have never been on a boat. Well, I have been once at that moment. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Let's talk about the time when you were sick. Oh, you were sick. So, in my case, I'm going to tell you, but do not laugh about it, okay? Do not laugh about it. I have been sick a month ago. I have a terrible stomachache, like a terrible stomachache. So that is my case. What about you? Have you ever been sick? Have you ever been sick? This is about me. I have been sick a month ago. I had a terrible stomachache. I remember until now. So that was so terrible for me. What about you? No ideas about the last time you were sick? Have you ever been sick? No? I have been sick for 2 days. Okay, Aileen, poor Aileen. Miss Villar, I have been sick for 2 days. I have been sick twice on a month. Piero, poor of you. I have been on a boat when I went to the Parque de Diversiones, amusement park. Amusement park. Mari, amusement park. Okay, Parque de Diversiones, amusement park. That is a good example when I was at that place. I have been sick last week. Okay, let's go to the number 4, and it says a time when you met someone famous. Have you ever met someone famous? Have you ever met someone famous? Well, someone that you consider famous or that is famous. Have you ever met someone famous? I'm going to show you my example. I have met the Pope. You know what is the Pope? El Papa. Okay. So I have met the Pope. That was amazing for me. I mean, I wasn't like in front of him. I wanted, but I wasn't in front of him, but he was like in the pop car in front of me, right? That was amazing. I have never met someone famous, says Elisa and Aileen. Well, that was the only famous person that I have met in my life, ever. Okay, thanks, Elisa and Aileen. I have never met. Okay, people, you have to travel more, to visit more places, to know new people. Number 5. Have you ever, well, let's talk about the time when you were on an airplane. Hmm. Have you ever been on an airplane? Christian, are they famous? Because I know them and, well, it depends, I think. If they are famous for you, then, well, it's okay. But for me, they are like, people, soccer players. But, well, no, to be honest, they are famous. Yeah, they are famous. So if you know them, then you know famous people. For example, I have met La Foquita. I have met La Yajaira, right? For example. I have met Ozuna. My goodness, Piero, are you kidding me? When he went to Huancayo. Wow. Sorry. Eh, that's amazing, Piero. I've never met. I have never been on an airplane, says Pedro. Rita, I have been on an airplane last year. I have been on an airplane. I have never been on an airplane. Okay, in my case, I have been twice on an airplane. I was excited. Excited, people. I have been twice. Once when I went to Cusco, and the other when I went to Panama. Amazing. I have been twice. So if you haven't yet, maybe next year, I hope. Christian says, I have been on an airplane when I was a child. Okay, it counts. The last one. A time when you were on holiday. Oh dear, holidays. A time when we were on holiday. So, have you ever been on holiday? Have you ever, for example, in my case, well, I'm working right now, but last year, last July, I have been on holiday, right? And that's why I participate in the Pan American opening. So I danced. I danced there because I was in holiday. So I took advantage of that. Last holiday I have been on holiday. Actually, I asked for it. So I had the opportunity to travel to dance in the Pan American Games. So the question is, have you ever been on holiday? Hmm? Have you ever been on holiday? Searching on YouTube. We're number 6, people. A time when you were on holiday. Ideas, ideas, answers? Chun, 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 chun. No ideas, people? I think in the majority of the cases, if you are students, you could say something like, yeah, on January and February, right? I have been on holidays last January and February, for example. I have been on the holidays for over a month because of the quarantine. Tati, me mataste. Perfect. Well, they were like obligatory holidays, right? But you have to stay home, right? That was a good one. That was a good one, Tati. Let me check. I have been on holiday in last. I think in last is not necessary. Just last January and February. Thanks. Okay, people. Good answers. Good answers here in the chat. Amazing answers. Good answers. Now, to finish with this part, I have a game. Chun, 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 chun. And for this game, you have to use, well, your cell phones and your social media. Okay? So, not in pairs, you're going to work alone. Okay? You are going to think in 3 sentences. Okay? Well, it says, I want you to think in 3 things you have done. Think. Think in 3 sentences about 3 things that you have done. Okay, think in 3 things that you have done. Okay, think on them. Perfect. Do you get it? Okay, now you have to write them, but add one negative, one that is fake, that is false. Okay, so you have 4 sentences. 3 are real and 1 is fake. Remember, the lie cannot be so obvious, okay? Something like maybe could be true, could be false, okay? Not obvious. Like for example, I have been at the moon. Come on, okay? That is so false. Holiday is like vacation, Piero. Yeah, holidays. For example, oh, la Super Holy. Yo amo la Super Holy. Holidays, yeah, could be felices fiestas, but just holiday could be a synonym of vacation. I like your comment because it's okay, you are learning here, but you can learn more things in other channels, right? Perfect, go ahead. Excellent. No te quedes solo con lo que te enseñamos aquí. Busca, investiga más. Eso ya es tu iniciativa, ¿cierto? Excellent. Very good. Ping, 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 ping. Any other sentence? Okay. So think on those examples and well, there you have one example, right? Now, what do you have to do? So you have the 4 sentences, and if you can, and if you have an Instagram profile, write those sentences there, okay? And you have to use, for example, some hashtags like hashtag pre-intermediate 2, hashtag word English, American English, okay? Word in American English. So use some hashtags to find you, okay? So that's all. Remember, you have to think in 4 sentences, okay? 3 should be true and 1 should be false, okay? 1 should be false. And you are going to upload them, you're going to post them um, in your profile, right? In your Instagram. Please use hashtag, for example, hashtag pre-intermediate 2, hashtag word American English. Remember, word English 01, right? That is our Instagram, word English 01, and hashtag Miss VR, hashtag, I don't know, something funny, okay? This is not homework, people. This is a challenge, okay? This is a challenge. I'm inviting you to do this. Okay, this is not homework makes extra points, not necessary. This is just for have some fun. Okay, have some fun. Let's have some fun, people. So again, this is not homework. This is not homework. This is just something interesting. Okay. Yeah, in Instagram. Let's do it in Instagram, ¿ok? Para que se me haga más fácil encontrarlos, pues chicos, ¿ok? So, hashtag necessary. Hashtag American English, Word English 01, right? Nos buscas en nuestro Instagram. Se supone que tú ya nos estás siguiendo en el Instagram, ¿cierto? Entonces simplemente pones el tag, ¿ok? Y por ahí lo que se nos ocurra, ¿no? Miss Villar, for example, or I don't know, I have done, hashtag I have done, hashtag something funny. Okay, people, that is our challenge. Okay, that's all for today. It was a pleasure to be your teacher today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and my YouTuber moment. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up, subscribe, and follow us in our social media, Facebook and Instagram, okay? I don't have Instagram. Ay, mira, mi Centennial y no tiene Instagram. Ay, it's okay, it's okay. Otra vez repito, chicos, o sea, ¿qué es lo que vamos a hacer? Recuerden, esto no es una tarea, es simplemente una actividad que se me acaba de ocurrir. Entonces, pensando en todas las actividades que has hecho, 3 tienen que ser verdaderas y una tiene que ser fake, falsa, ¿ok? Vas a postear las 4 en tu Instagram usando ciertos tags que sean muy divertidos, ¿no? Como hashtag pre-intermediate 2, hashtag Word English 101, eso sí, casi necesario para poder ubicarte. Word English 01, ¿sí? Así nos encuentras en Instagram, en realidad. ¿Qué otra cosa? No sé, pues hashtag Miss Villar, algo así. O hashtag I have done, ¿ok? Ciertos hashtags que sean fáciles de reconocer. Bueno, si no tienes el Instagram, no hay problema, Tati. No, tampoco vamos a obligar a hacer cosas que no tienes, no hay problema. Si no los tienes, no hay problema, ¿ya? Y pues mañana cuando estamos revisando, mañana vamos a tener una clase más, ¿cierto? Una asesoría personalizada, at Zoom. Entonces ahí nos vamos a ver, ¿ok? Tati, don't worry. No te olvides de darme mi like, ¿eh? Si te gustó la clase, Listo. See you tomorrow, people. Bye bye.